And we're back, everyone. More Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. Today, we go to end this. By the way, Happy New Year. Evermore. So the question is, do we have enough blood for this? Maybe. Wait, we should probably go slow things though, just because we have all these things. Right. Oh, actually no. Let's not. Because that's right. We don't need to. And we still have blood. And we still have them. We're pretty good. I'm running a bit low on ammo, but we should be fine. May switch to the sword for this. Not sure. Let's see, I'm trying to decide if I want to do all the endings or not. The problem though is I could, but at the same time, they don't really show up that well because it's going to show up here in this little corner here with purple and green effects. Not great. Because the cutscenes don't record that well. If I do it in full screen, it shows up perfectly fine for me. But Fraps hasn't recorded. I know, right? Who's using Fraps in this day and age but me? Sorry, welcome to the Cathedral of Flesh. Well, they moved all this earth too and stuff. Did you know? Both that place is important. We'll get to that in a bit. Now to get lost in this place. No, I don't wanna. I forgot about that. Seriously? So that there's only worth 750 extra XP, yet the Jametia worth. That doesn't make sense, logically. So the Jametia are worth more than that, yet that thing's more dangerous than all of them. Like, see, he's only worth that much. So, why would I bound? Oh. I get guess I can go to there. This is the very end of the game. Why? It's not like we're really gonna have a chance to level up again unless we fall. We're not falling back, but, you know, walk real fast. But anyway. Cathedral bound. We can't go there. So anyway, down to Cathedral Place 2. We get stuck on things. Also, I want to save. I think I shot someone though. Oh well. Okay, I may run out of ammo. I didn't realize I was didn't think I would run that long, but oh well. So anyway, we have watch me. Wait, nope, you.
The master has awakened! Death comes to you all!
Okay. It would be nice if we were like actually fighting or something, but okay, bye. Have a nice day. Oh, master comes for you all. Okay, bye. We're just going to continue down this. And now for some reason those demon house. Oops, gotta reload. Grab like 200 bullets. Down forward. Yeah, I think we only have 200 something. That is a bit threatening. So, more demon now. And our good one. Our good one. Stop it. Come on, I don't want that. Also, it's like they, wow, this place was shorter than I thought. Maybe I could have tossed this in with the last video. Didn't realize there was only going to be 2 levels. I thought it was like going to be at least 4. So anyway, I want to do something first. You know what? I'll show off the endings. I mean, you probably can't see them good enough. You probably should look up the endings on YouTube for a proper ending, you know. But apparently, since it's not going to record properly, oh well. You can still listen to the dialogue, I suppose. Alright, we did save, right? Before I do something stupid. I'll make a backup just in case, too. Anyway. How do I set my human? Seriously? Turns out the humanity code can only be used during multiplayer. Well, that's unfortunate. Which basically means, hey, we're set for just getting the good ending, because, yeah, I think you need, like, lower humanity for the endings. So, technically I could run all the way back out. I could do that. Alright. I can't believe we still have an Archer onto foreigners. Two, actually. Anyway, I'll be right with you, Food and Lick. I need to go, you know, cheese the system and all that. Gotta go get a stop for the bad ending. You're probably wondering, oh, right, we're set to go here, aren't we? Probably wondering how is that they were going to get the bad ending. Quite simple, really.
Let loose thy wrath. Stand thy ground.
No, I need to lose humanity. I could say everyone to attack, but the problem with that is they're all just going to murder before I can murder. So I need to murder. So anyway, how to lose humanity fast.
Attempts to rob me of my very humanity.
Christolf, what's in their menu? There even enough people for me to lose my humanity. That didn't lose humanity.
Beast roars within me.
Yeah, the problem is people are gonna steal my kill,
I do withdraw.
I'm not going anywhere. I shall depart.
Standing.
Trying to get the bad ending, and I'm struggling because my people are going too fast.
To the abyss with thee.
Christolf lost some humanity.
Attempts to rob me of my very humanity.
There even enough people for me to lose enough humanity? Probably not.
Which acts to rob me of my very humanity. Which acts to rob me of my very humanity.
Yeah, I'm probably only lose 5 at a time where you need to lose. Oh, have I run out of people already? Shit. Perhaps we need to lose like at least under 50. Probably. And the problem is there's not enough people for that. Is there? Like even if I go here and shoot all these ones, it's not gonna be enough.
Acts to rob me of my very humanity.
But they shot my, they killed my golem? Dicks. Okay, how low is my humanity? 50. Can I go lower than 50? I don't think I can, because I don't think there's anyone left alive here for me to shoot. Unless there are NPCs who spawn back that way. I don't think they will. You're still here, and I can't do anything about you. And I don't think there's anyone else out here. Civilian-wise. I can't remember the rangers. I think over A is the good ending, below A is the medium ending. I forget what the bad is. It's like under 50 or I think it's under 50. Because I know you can't go under 20 or you go insane. Well, let's see if the NPCs. Good news, they respawn.
Which acts to rob me of my very humanity.
Return to me.
Yeah, 30 should be low enough. Alright, that's 35. And what still should be low enough. That means I have to go back into it again for the, you know, over endings. Anyway, time to go get the bad ending.
Enter freely, Christolf. I bid you welcome to my domain.
Stop.
It is fitting that you should be here now, at the beginning of the new age, as you were at the end of the last era.
I shall cause thy fall now, as I did then.
Ah, but then was I not yet arisen? Your untimely intervention set me back nearly a millennium. But I am nothing if not patience. And now, I am omnipotent.
Nay, for we have denied thee Orsi's statue for thy ritual.
I'll live.
Well, there you go.
We shall stop thee!
It's over, Christolf. I have already risen, with power enough to consume even antediluvians.
No!
But I must extend my gratitude to you, Christolf. My former vessel, the Bosa, lacked a certain purity. But Aneska, her virtue bubbles up from so rich a spring that I have been endlessly supplied with purity to defile. I would never have found her without your assistance. You sent her to me, and she has been so loyal and willing a servant to me over these long eons. I shall now embrace her, and she will rule with me over the cattle of humanity for all time.
Way to piss
Nay,
me off.
Aneska is not thine. She serves thee not. She sent a summons to awaken me from torpor.
Is this true, Aneska?
Dear master, please allow me to split Christolf's joints and fleshcraft his bones into a throne for thy
there you go.
glory.
Monster! I'll destroy thee.
I have a better idea. Serve me.
I know thou art wicked, but I never thought thee a fool.
Serve me. You don't really have any love for the antediluvians, do you?
No, not
The day
really.
of Gehenna is coming, and they intend to consume you, and Wilhelm, and Lily, and all other vampires. I will prevent that. I will give you eternity, life everlasting. We will greet the awakening grandsires with another flood, a deluge of their own blood.
One antediluvian is no better than 13. I cannot entrust such power unto any, let alone thee.
Then suppose I gave you your beloved Aneska as well.
What?
Consider this. Even if you could destroy me, which you cannot, you would destroy her as well. Remember, she is my ghoul, and after all these centuries, she is utterly dependent on my blood.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been...
If I die, she shatters into thousand-year-old dust.
Exactly.
But serve me, and I'll give her to you. What say you?
Oh, wait. 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 You mean You mean I didn't have to lose all my humanity? You mean I could just make this choice on my own? For
There
F's
is
sakes.
another way. I can save Aneska if I consume thy blood and take all thy ill-gotten power as my own.
That's a fact.
I am reborn. Let kindred and mortal alike cower in my presence. For now I know what power truly is.
Fool! You have forsaken all claim to your humanity!
If you could feel the power of the fiend's blood, you would know that humanity is overrated. And now, I claim my prize!
You sweet heavens, forgive him.
Tell Katerina to expect a warm homecoming. Her child has been reborn.
But did we embrace Aneska or just murder her? I don't know. Still, that pisses me off. I go to all that work of murdering all those people and the game's like, oh, by the way, you did have to do that. What's going on? Why can't I see? Seriously? Get game? So, okay, that's better. So apparently I didn't need to do that. Oh, so yay for all this dialogue we have to go through. Dialogue.
Deep.
Dialogue.
What? Consider.
Nay.
Wait, what? Oh, apparently I'm not given the choice now that I have 100 humanity. Apparently we just go straight to this one. Anyway, I remember this fight being hard. I think if we have the Okay, ran out, man.
Hope of winning.
I have hope beyond hope.
You waste my time. I have no more patience for you.
By the way,
Your skin and bones will add to the walls of my cathedral of flesh.
we flop. So that went well. We're basically out of ammo now, so might as well switch to this. Still, that went easier than expected. Oh, I was gonna say, why do we have a Dark Hunter? I guess the Giovanni summoned it? That's the somber power, isn't it? Anyway, if all else oh, hi, Wargirl. I didn't even know what she did. Oh man, that's just the third level. Woo. And seriously, that was all there is to the third level. Well, enemy-wise. Now there's this nonsense.
I am the wall of memory. I contain the secret thoughts of Aneska.
Just by the way, here's the Deus Ex Machina. This isn't creepy at all.
I am damned. In the holy orders, I once dreamed of the eternity of bliss that would be mine for my devotion to the Lord. Eternity is now mine, but not bliss. I shall live as long as a voivod, or as long as a voivod is pleased with me, or as long as a voivod is pleased to defile me. Heavenly bliss is not to be my lot, only empty torment. Yet still I dare to hope. Still I live.
Oh, Aneska.
And how to feel bad for Aneska. I forget the order of these.
I have lived for 50 years. All I loved are dead and gone. My beloved Christolf has perished in the fall of Viscerad. His sacrifice has preserved innocence in the world, and so I rejoice. But my suffering grows with each passing night. The Voivod takes great delight in seeing me rise with fresh hope, for it means he may once again drag me down. Should I surrender all hope and break as the Busa is broken, his pleasure would be at an end. Yet I will not abandon my hope, even though such hope fills his empty heart with glee, as it fills mine with pain.
I cannot bear it.
Yeah, we just gotta listen how horrible everything was for her. That's basically all this war is here for.
For more than 200 years, I have suffered every possible form of humiliation and defilement. I have fallen from the chaste and inviolate woman I once was, yet I have borne it all with hope in my heart. But now I am sinking into the murky depths, and the last whisper of hope in me is fading like the final bubbles of breath from a drowning woman. As we grow close to the day of his resurrection, Vukodlak has found the only defilement I cannot bear. He has decreed that I inflict defilement on others by binding innocent men and women into the walls of his accursed cathedral of flesh. His power compels me, and I cannot resist a direct command. I can endure my own degradation, but I cannot abide to befoul others. I fear I shall shatter like glass.
My poor, poor Aneska. This is my doing. Every humiliation she suffers is on my head.
Christolf, you can't blame yourself for the choices she made.
Silence.
So yeah. Oof.
It is 2 centuries and a half after Vukodlak took me, and his resurrection draws nigh. He now demands that I surrender the final shreds of my honor and perform evil acts of my own volition. I cannot defy my master's command that I defile others, and when I resist him, my poor body carries out his tasks against my will, like a puppet. He's driving me mad. So I must change. Rather than resist the evil I am compelled to do, I now embrace it and perform my tasks with zeal. The master favors me, and as I embrace his evil, he gives me greater power. I have been Lebusa's equal since my arrival. Now shall I take over her duties, gladly trading the final measure of my innocence for control over the Voivod's worldly affairs. 'Tis the only way.
Oh no! She gave up! I'm so sorry, Christolf. Christolf, are you okay?
I mourn for her soul.
I'm sure it gets worse.
I have now lived more than 300 years past my natural lifespan. I have committed atrocities beyond all imagining, but my plan has succeeded. Though Vukodlak has extraordinary power, his exile from the world makes him weak. He must act through Labusa, who wields great power within our haven. But in just a few years I have usurped all of Labusa's power and left her a wretched outcast in the cathedral of flesh she helped build. Long ago the Voivod stripped her of her soul and gave her power in exchange. Now that I have taken away that power, she is a pitiable creature indeed. She has no place here, yet she cannot leave. I would lament her fate, but I have no tears to shed, even for myself. For Resurrection Day draws nigh.
That gives me the creeps. This is supposed to be the purest woman in the world?
My feelings be damned. Tonight, we slaughter every denizen of this foul place, or die in the attempt.
Oh, Christolf, my heart aches for thee.
Hi, Serena. At least you finally responded. So here's the thing, though. She keeps saying, oh, it draws near, but yet... It's been 200, it's been 300 years, it's been... Like, you get what she's trying to do. She's basically trying to undermine his plans by becoming... By doing his plans, she's undermining his plans. It doesn't make sense. Aneska's not a good person.
On the eve of his resurrection, Vukodlak bade us slaughter the Premisel leaders, even as they began the ritual that would raise him from torpor. I have learned well the lessons of corruption, for I have turned my hand to the corruption of the Voivod's resurrection. In the guise of offering wise counsel to Vukodlak, I poison his heart against those who could speed his resurrection. I accuse the faithful of disloyalty. I accuse the powerful of dangerous ambition. I praise the weak and ineffectual, like the merchant toad Orsi, as obedient servants. Vukodlak's fear of losing power is far greater than his hope of gaining new power, and so he believes every doubt I whisper in his ear. And so he crushed his own resurrection.
Well, there you go. The Masquerade Redemption is pretty stupid.
Vukodlak's rage is implacable. His resurrection has failed so often that he blames all the Semitsi of Europe. He desires to move our entire cathedral of flesh to the new world where we may begin again.
That explains that.
This vast undertaking will involve many shipments of native soil. I am well pleased, for this foolish migration shall take at least a century and further postpone his resurrection.
So technically, she's been undermining him. Maybe she is sort of still good, but yeah.
Alas, I fear I can no longer prevent the Voivod's awakening. Lord Vukodlak has gained great power from the fear and apprehension afoot in the world on the eve of the new millennium. These fears feed him, and despite my greatest efforts, his resurrection is now inescapable. There are none who can help me. I can only hope against hope for the return of the one man Vukodlak fears. I pray that God restores Christolf.
So after one man feels, that doesn't make any sense. He really doesn't seem to feel right now, does he? Anyway. Stop.
Come with me quickly. I can help you.
Why should I enter thy trap, servant of the fiend?
Please, for Aneska. She says that if you would have hope even when your cause is lost, you should follow me.
Okay.
I go, but I go with my sword at thy back.
Go now. There is little time. Destroy him and topple this vile cathedral. Now, my dark love, I give you thanks for allowing me to serve you all these years, watching over your sweetly cruel visage in torpor. My defilement is complete.
Okay, bye. By the way, once again, this doesn't make sense. Why is this hill thing? By the way, just in case you need loot at the end of the game. I know, right? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, so, welcome
You survived
to the
my
end game.
hosts. Impressive.
Actual end
you
game.
say. You have earned something few have seen. Your final vision shall be that of my true form. Watch
His
as I
second
reveal
form.
the absolute power of the Voivod!
Behold. The Zulu.
No!
He's a big old gargoyle now. Whatever shall we do? Anyway.
Go to her, Christolf.
Now that the fiend is no more, my unnatural power dissolves. I fear for my soul after my defilement, after all that I have done.
She has done a lot of bad
But I rejoice that my last sight shall be thee. I only pray that one day I may attain thy forgiveness.
I grant all forgiveness, though thou art blameless and pure in mine eyes.
Then death finds me in joy and rapture.
Aneska, my accursed soul trembles to utter these selfish, blasphemous words. But thou need not die if thou wouldst endure.
Thou would still have me, Christolf? I scarcely dared hope.
Thy love has redeemed me across 1,000 years. I would that I could offer salvation in return, but I have none to give, only damnation.
Damnation with thee would be sweet as salvation. Let thy love cast me down and raise me up forever. Take me, my love.
Told you, better love story than Twilight. What? 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 I was gonna say, this seems a bit weird. Shouldn't that be, you know, the credits? I'm a bit confused now. Like, what do I do now? Cause that was the end. Shouldn't we have gone to the credits? No? What do I do now? I mean, I could fight him again, I suppose. But, like, seriously. I'm confused. Maybe I go back down to 2? But I don't know, that's weird. But anyway, yeah, so Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. I don't know why it didn't go to the credits. It went to the credits the first time. But we'd be in with the bad ending. But yeah, now we have the good ending. And now I'm not sure what's going to go on. I mean, I guess I could wait till it respawns, but that seems stupid. I guess we could go back and see if he's back here. I don't know. So honestly, no.
The abyss with thee.
Oh yeah, it's definitely claws. So honestly, shouldn't Aneska have just, as soon as he died, shouldn't she have just melted like that into dust? Because I mean, if she's been preserved by his blood for that long and his blood's just gone, I guess maybe she still has some of his blood in her at that time, so she wouldn't just melt, but still. Confusing, no? Oh, it's funny. At least that's still here. So, yeah. Aneska's gone, Foodorlat's gone. No idea what I'm doing. Guess I can go murder him again. Seems stupid though. Can go back to my house. Nothing to do here. Guess I could try that, I suppose. Fine, we'll go back. first though. Fine again, why not? Bonus. Even as a girl though, shouldn't she have like a severe blood bond with him since she's constantly fed on just his blood? Like, shouldn't she have a massive kindred addiction, vitae addiction, if we're going by those rules? Like, she shouldn't be able to basically, you know, survive off any blood but his, technically. But I guess since she wasn't actually a vampire, she doesn't apply to those rules? I don't understand exactly. Logic. Anyway, I don't quite know what that is doing. Because, I mean, Voodoo Black's dead. Should be on credits. Shrug. I mean, I guess this is when you could go buy Gorcy's penthouse, but still. I guess in multiplayer this makes sense. Yeah, you beat him. You can beat him again, but it's basically done right now. Oh, okay. Seriously, you have no blood. You have no blood. You have no blood. Guys, why do you not have any blood? And then it crashed. Yep, screw it. Just play the credits. Apparently we crashed while waiting for him to respawn. So we're just, you know, credits. Dedicated thanks to Nihilistic Software and Activision. But yeah, ultimately I'd say Redemption's not as good as Bloodlines. Before, like, I used to think this was better than Bloodlines because, well, there's custom maps. There's custom this. There's all these disciplines, all these powers that you can do. There's multiplayer, except there's not really multiplayer. But you could technically do multiplayer. I mean, there's Age Redemption, which lets you do the whole story in multiplayer. Which is a good, which is an interesting concept. But yeah, all this fun stuff. But the problem though is it doesn't age that well. Like, it came out around the time of Diablo 2, which means it didn't do that well on sales. And in comparison to, well, Bloodlines, which is still alive, because Unofficial Patch Guy has been doing that for years now. And the fact that there's going to be a Bloodlines 2 eventually, 2021, maybe, possibly, I'm not sure. Also dedicated thanks to White Wolf for, you know, the whole World of Darkness that Vampire the Masquerade takes place in. Activision, because back when Activision wasn't completely shit. Compared to now, when Activision took over Blizzard and ruined everything. Yes, Activision ruined everything. But back then they weren't terrible. Let's see. Like, I originally wanted to do this with the whole Age Redemption mod in multiplayer. The problem is, you miss quite a few things, actually. Like, there are quite a few dialogue things where you basically see Christolf, you go talk to him, it plays the scene. But then there's like a lot of miscellaneous things, like, where it just skips it because, well, it's multiplayer, you can't have everything. Because it depends if when you arrive at this place, if you arrive there the second time. And of course you don't have the cinematics, which we can't really see that well anyway, because they disappear in this corner here with purple overtones. Which is a bit annoying, but not much I can do about that. Either they show up like that, or they don't show up at all. One thing about Redemption multiplayers, well, I'll show you. No, not internet land. For example, we take like our self-heal. Could always load. But anyway, so we start like this.
I am back.
So for example, you start like here that evening within the convent. You touch the broadsword, and it plays out the scene, right? So now Christolf's ready to go. We have to have a fine broadsword. I was going to say, why am I dropping this? But anyway, yeah, Christolf's ready to go. But then we go for intercept instead. And of course Christolf gains all the...
Christolf, thy wound!
Nay, 'tis nothing. A scratch.
Flop. Still love that. And then there's this whole thing here, where we have to talk to Christolf to play out the scene. But yeah, this is basically how Redemption goes. You should probably be playing as Christolf, for it, to be honest, from a story perspective. But you can play as whoever. And then if you have other characters, they basically get to watch this too. Basically, you can watch how the scenes play out. You're just basically... you're helping the story. Christolf takes all the credit, of course, but you're helping the story. I know, right? But yeah. Like, I thought it would have been fun. Probably would have, but I want all the cutscenes and stuff to play out how they were supposed to. So that's how we... so that's why we did that. Anyway, go to multiplayer, you go just switch to storyteller. That's a storyteller. I know. Creepy disembodied head. And you can level yourself up however you want. You can add stuff. Because multiplayer. You just gave yourself the frickin' anchor and sword. Yeah, this also tells me what I was missing. Oh, right, black metamorphosis. That's a thing. Because I didn't use Alteration, did I? So wait, was that a revolver that just was fire? I just didn't realize it. No, it looks like just a regular revolver. How was I supposed to tell that's a fire revolver? That doesn't make sense. But anyway. So anyway, this has been Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do next. Like, I know there's Amnesia Rebirth, which I may get to. But if I remember looking at it, it was like 50 gigs, which... downloading that's probably going to take me into November, to be honest, so I probably ain't going to get that started before Halloween, sadly. And of course I need to get back to Sacred 2, and finish off Coffee Talk, and all that stuff. But anyway, that's for now. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all, and have a nice day.